7:30 in the morning, day 3. Camped there last night. It was pretty wet. Everything's packed up wet, except for the sleeping stuff. So, sun's supposed to come out, partly sunny later today. Hopefully you can dry everything out. Really nice breakfast sandwiches, and oatmeal and coffee, and really pleasant company. Those guys are great. So if you see this, guys, thanks so much. Really appreciated all the hospitality and conversation. And we're off on trail. So today's hike's got some interesting points. We get to climb up Blood Mountain, which is one of the famous climbs in Georgia. And then we'll be heading down to Mountain Crossings, which is an outfitter right on trail. Probably going to pick up a pair of rain pants. My hiking pants got super soaked yesterday. It was uncomfortable. And they have some food there, so get that, do a resupply, and then plan the next leg. Just ran into a couple of hikers doing a 10-mile hike. One of them was from Rioja region in Spain. We talked about Caminos a little bit, and he hiked the Camino Primitivo as well. And he was just full of joy and wishing me luck and buen camino. It was kind of a nice memory inducer from my time there. All right, cleared off just enough to get a view from this point. Beautiful. Okay, made it to Woody Gap. It's very civilized along a busy road. They have a pit to it. I might take a break here, see if I can call Christy. So Woody Gap was really windy. They have picnic tables down there, but it was cold. So I climbed up a little bit and then found this little side trail going to a campground. And the view's great. I'm out of the wind. Time to eat. Trying to dry everything out. Wind up here is a little bitier than I expected. We're walking through a section now. Gerard's Gap to Neal Gap, where you're required to have a bear canister to camp overnight. So it's about a 5-mile section. Not too bad, except Blood Mountain's in the way. We'll be past it once we're a little past Mountain Crossings, and the plan is if we can get to Mountain Crossings before it closes, we'll camp a mile past it and still have plenty of daylight. Mountain Crossings closes at 5. So we gotta make it up and over the mountain. And then very vertically down for 2 miles. Almost at the top. Oh, the sun came out. And now we're in the Mountain Laurel. It's beautiful. Top of Blood Mountain at 2 o'clock. 2 miles down to Mountain Crossings. Should be there a little after 3, and everything's gonna work out. Some pretty interesting trail here. Just came up this way, up these rocks, and trail goes on that way. All right, just came down all that. Last bit of beautiful trail, last mile into Mountain Crossings. Okay, here we are at Neal's Gap and Mountain Crossing, famous shoe tree. Now we'll go in the shop, get what we need, get a little rest. Okay, let's get back on trail. We are fortified, resupplied, and picked up a pair of rain pants, which should make the next rainstorm a lot better. Okay, that wind is cold and it's supposed to be 30 degrees tonight with this wind. So I'm going to get to Bull Gap Shelter, which is about a mile from here. We'll see what it looks like and then decide whether to go on or not. Well, anytime you hit a gap, you got to start climbing out. You can see the road down there through the trees. We're still headed up, back up the mountain. We'll have to see if this shelter is out of the wind. This wind is wicked. So I've been talking to all these guys up here at Bull Gap. Another couple of people are trickling in and camping here. I found a flat spot right up close to this tree. Kick a few rocks out and get set up. It's 20 after 6 and Serenity Shuttle has landed at the Bull Gap campground just up from Mountain Crossings. So today was a 15.4 mile day, which put us now at mile marker 32.4. We went up and over Blood Mountain. Amazing views. Coming down was very steep. We can see why the legendary stories about the climbing of it come from people who come up the way we went down, because it was very impressive. Well, little over 15 miles for a resupply day is great. I got a pizza cooked for me and got a big Gatorade. And I made a little mistake on my resupply. I was squinting at a little picture I took of my plan that I jotted down, and I really only had a day and a half to the next possible resupply, but I got 3 days food. So I think with what I had left over and that I didn't need to eat tonight, I'm probably going to be able to walk straight through to the Knock, which is the next resupply center. So it'll free me up a little bit. That means I can walk without worrying about resupply. It'll be a little heavy at first, but that's okay. So thanks for hiking with me up and over Blood Mountain, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.